Hi guys, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next chapter. We're almost there. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Rebecca came to see me right before lunch, which was good because I needed help. The bathroom was full of girls from 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, all carrying stacks of books and filling out forms. They'd all got 10 bathroom passes from their different homerooms and came to the bathroom at the same time. It's hysterical, Rebecca told me as she helped a 3rd grader fill out her form. Every time somebody comes back from the bathroom, somebody immediately raises their hand to ask if they could go. And you should see the library. Half the books are gone from the shelves. There's a line of kids checking out armfuls of books. The new lady, not Mrs. Jones, she's about to have a heart attack. She hasn't had any time to read her celebrity magazines, but she can't get mad because checking out books is her job. A library without books in it? Just the thought of it gave me shivers, but that was exactly the point. We were going to show them that once you banned one book, you could ban them all, and then there wouldn't be any books left to read. Check them out. Check them all out, I told Rebecca. Oh, and we need more copies of the request for reconsideration forms. That meant we had already challenged almost 1,000 books. That was way more than Rebecca and Danny and Trey and I had been able to do by ourselves. I'll get Danny on, he said. He checked in with Trey. He's over there banning as many books as you are. You know Jeffrey Gonzalez, Space Cadet Jeff? I helped him come up with reasons to ban each and every one of the Star Wars books. For what? Are you kidding? The Rebel Alliance are basically terrorists. They blow up the Death Star at the end of the Star Wars. You know how many people must have been on the station? Thousands. That's mass murder. The bathroom door clunked open, and the voice I dreaded hearing all day boomed loud to be heard over the chatter. What is going on in here? Principal Banana said. I squeaked and dragged Rebecca with me into the last stall at the end. We could hear the sound of footsteps as half of the girls in the bathroom hid in the stalls and the other half ran for the exit. Every teacher tells me there's a sudden run on the bathroom today, Principal Banana said, walking up and down in front of the closed stall doors. She knocked on one of the other stall doors. What are you doing in there? I'm just going to the bathroom, Sophia Marin said from inside the stall. The principal's footsteps came closer to our stall. I pushed Rebecca down on the toilet seat and hopped in her lap in case Detective Banana stared under the stall doors. Rebecca winced. Principal Banana knocked on the door of our stall, making us both jump. Who's in there? Rebecca and I looked at each other in horror. Finally, I nudged her. She had to be the one to talk. I was supposed to be homesick. Rebecca Zimmerman, she said. Rebecca, I think it's time you go back to class. Rebecca and I shared a panicked look. But I have a pass, Rebecca said. I think you've been gone from class long enough, Principal Banana said. The lunch bell rang, making us jump again, and the hallway outside filled with the sound of squeaking shoes, slamming lockers, and laughing students. Well, now that it's lunch period, I'm not technically missing class anymore, Rebecca said. She really was going to make a great lawyer one day. Principal Banana sighed as more girls poured into the bathroom. Like me or Mrs. Jones in the library, she really couldn't get mad at students using the bathroom during lunch. That's when we were supposed to use the bathroom. From now on, please wait until lunchtime to use the bathroom if you can, Ms. Zimmerman. Yes, ma'am, Rebecca said in her sweetest voice. We waited until Principal Banana was gone, and Rebecca and I slumped back against the toilet in relief. Tell everybody to cool it with the bathroom requests, I told her as she slipped out in the stall, and next book banner slipped inside. And don't forget to get me more forms. Good intentions. When Trey, Rebecca, and Danny and I met up after school, we had so many requests for reconsideration forms, we had to split them up between us to get them home. There must be 5,000 banned books here. Easy, Trey said. Count them up tonight. I want to know, Rebecca said. Dude, the library looks like a tornado hit it, Danny said. There's hardly anything left in the fiction section. It was crazy. The four of us had only been able to fill out 500 forms in 4 days. In one day, with the help of all the other kids at the school, we'd blown the roof off that number. We were going to be plunking down a 3-foot-tall stack at request for consideration forms in front of the school board members. Mrs. Spencer wasn't going to know what hit her. So we're all going to be there tonight, right? I asked. We made sure everybody had a ride and said our goodbyes until tonight. Even though I carried 10 pounds of paper in my backpack, I felt like I was walking on air as I made my way down to the 2nd grade hall to meet up with Alexis. She usually took the first bus home while I took the late bus. But all that was over now that my parents had figured out I wasn't really staying behind to be part of after school club. I was going to have to start taking the early bus with Alexis. But that was next week. This week, Mom and Dad were taking turns picking us up from school. Alexis was on the little kids' playground climbing around on the monkey bars. I hadn't been out here since I was little, and everything was different. All the old junky equipment had been replaced by new stuff. It was like a little playground city. New swings, 2 new slides, 1 double wide, monkey bars to swing across, and a little gazebo thing with a spinning tic-tac-toe game on it. There was even these little speaking tubes sticking out of the ground. You could talk into one side and hear it across the playground. And covering the old hard dirt ground that used to turn to mud when it rained was a thick layer of chopped up rubber pieces. It squished when you walked on it. The new playground was pretty great. I wish we'd had it when I was in 2nd grade. I read the sign next to the entrance. Donated in memory of Mrs. Emily Briggs by the Shelburne Elementary PTA. Mrs. Sarah Spencer, President. Mrs. Sarah Spencer, Trey's mom. The book banner. She'd raised money for a new lower school playground as president of the Parent Teacher Association. I stood and stared at the sign for a long time. How was the woman who banned books from the library the same person who bought the little kids a new playground? Dad pulled up and honked the horn. I waved to him and yelled, "Alexis, Dad's here." Alexis ran up, red-faced. "Cool playground," I said. "It's the best playground ever," she said. "Got your book bag?" I reminded her. She found it and we climbed into Dad's truck. I stared out the window at the shiny new playground equipment as we pulled away. Donated by the Shelburne Elementary PTA, Mrs. Sarah Spencer, President. It had been easy to think of Mrs. Spencer as a villain, but coming up with all those reasons to ban books had made me start to see things from her point of view. It didn't mean I thought she was right, but I was beginning to see how she must have thought she was doing something good for us, even though she was wrong. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and post that, and I will post another one tomorrow.